In this episode of Bear Podcast,
John Lithgow and Alfred Molina proved that old friends make good marriages.
Antiselfie app,
And a record-breaking 1,000-pound alligator.
all this and more coming up next.
Bear Podcast, 532.
Hey, all you bears!
He's texting to bump into Big Hairy Man.
So scientists may have finally solved the puzzle of what makes a person gay.
Well, I'm not taking you to get something. Scrub there, fix it for you.
Can I do the podcast in my underwear?
Gay, the geek and the bizarre.
It's one of those things that's fun and cute. Why has 2 glasses of wine?
Two
He's a lightweight, so it don't take much.
You're listening to BearPodcast.com. Okay, fine. If you really have to.
Welcome everyone to Bear Podcast. I am Nard.
And I am Ray.
Yes, and welcome to episode 532, and it's a Tuesday, August 19th, 2014.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's just been a very stressful week for me, Ray.
It's only Tuesday, man.
It's only Tuesday, right? Yeah. I've been stressing since last week, ever since we podcasted last week. And then, I just had a lot of pressure at work. And then this week also, I'm pretty much the same.
A lot of pressure work last week, too, because my cohort in crime, she was out on vacation for the entire week.
Mm-hmm.
And the bosses keep scheduled meetings outside the office. So it's kind of hard to do support when you're not in the office.
Yeah. Even though, do you allow working remotely?
Well, I did one day because we had a meeting and it was close to Friday. Had a meeting at 3 o'clock and it was close to like 15 minutes from my house. I was like, I'm just going to go to my house and work remotely. I'll take a laptop home. And work on it. So that's what I did.
Know.
Because by the time the meeting was over and everything, it was like 3:30. So I went home and worked for an hour and was done. So checked emails.
Good for you. Ray, you're wearing your zombie shirt again.
Well, this is more of a Monty Python shirt.
It's a Monty Python shirt.
So it could be a zombie shirt, but it's more Monty Python.
Can you show the gash on the shirt?
See?
It's a gash.
It's just a scratch.
It's just a flesh wound.
I'm fine.
I'm fine. There you
Really,
go.
I'm fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then this shirt actually Mike got me from Brazil when he was in Brazil for a while.
Which little boy did he steal that off of?
I don't know. It's number 10. I don't know who it is,
Was
but
that his dick size or?
no, it's just a. I think it's a popular number. I don't know. I'm not familiar with Brazilian
All the size
soccer.
queens like 9 inches or more, so it's a good
Really,
number,
Brazilians?
Yeah. Well, any of those bottom bears are size queens.
Oh, okay. That's right. Anyway, so let's do some weekend updates, Ray. So what have you been up to this weekend? Oh, you were telling me earlier.
Oh. Well, me and Robbie were supposed to have a romantic weekend in San Antonio this weekend.
Uh-huh.
And he went and talked, was over at his brother's house talking to his parents about us going to San Antonio. And Friday night was their 61st wedding anniversary.
All right.
So they said, we'll come down and why don't we have dinner at Tower of the Americas? And his brother made reservations and all this stuff. So they came down to San Antonio too. We took separate cars and stayed in separate hotels. So it was all good. It's just like, we have to go have dinner with them and then we go do our thing.
Yeah.
Well, on the way down there, we stopped at the gay hater place, Buc-ee's.
You could tell they hate gays. Okay.
Apparently, because they made me really sick. And I ate something and it did not sit well on my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time we got to San Antonio, we kind of took a little nap. I said, maybe I just need to rest and lay down. So we kind of napped and really didn't do anything. And then we got up and got ready to go meet them because, it was dinner with the folks. So it had to be at 5 o'clock. So
that is early. Mm-hmm.
So we did that, and on the way to the thing, I said, look, we got to find a Walgreens and get some Pepto or something. So I got that and took it, and I was fine and made it through dinner. There's a charter house at the top of the Tower of the Americas, which is a rotating restaurant. Food's way overpriced, way too expensive for a meal.
Mm-hmm.
The food was good. I mean, I don't have any real complaints about it, but I've had better at other places. But, it was...
So how bad did you feel? Was it number 2 or was it Exorcist?
It was Exorcist. Very much
Exorcist.
Exorcist. So after dinner, we went back to the hotel and we were going to lay down and take a little power nap, disco nap, and then we were going to go out and hit the Riverwalk, see what was going on.
That's always fun. I like Riverwalk.
And then we're going to maybe go hit the gay bar there and see what was going on because there's one right outside the Alamo.
Mm-hmm.
It was there when the Alamo was there, but nobody ever talks about that in movies.
No.
Yeah.
And there's no basement in the Alamo.
Yes, there is.
There is.
Next time we go, I'll show you where it's at.
Okay. All right.
I'll let you go find it. Okay. Anyway, took a little nap, and we just kind of never got up from the nap until about 11:30 when I
Oh,
sat up
no.
in bed, and I was like, oh no. But by that time I was like, okay, let's get it over with. So I got up, and well, that very expensive dinner, I got to have it twice.
Oh, gross.
You know, me and Karen Carpenter have something in common now.
Oh, no.
And for you younger audience who don't know who Karen Carpenter was, she was a little skinny ass bitch that had a great voice that killed herself because she was bulimic. Okay.
Bulimic? No, anorexic.
Anorexic, sorry.
She was
oh, that's right. She was anorexic.
She had
She wasn't bulimic.
anorexia nervosa.
She just didn't eat.
Yeah, she didn't
I
eat.
and bulimic's where you do that all the time. So,
She's a nice woman. She just didn't eat.
That's right.
Yeah,
So.
pretty sad. Well, good for you. Well, not too good because you did.
But then Sunday morning we got up and went to the Natural Bridge Caverns. Have you ever done that?
Once, about 14 years ago.
Nothing's changed in 14
Same
years.
thing.
Yeah, same thing.
It's still
the
the natural
stalactites
bridge
got maybe a millimeter longer or something
caverns.
because they only grow an inch every 1,000 years or 100 years. 1,000 years, I think, is what they said. So.
That's right. The limestones and everything.
Yeah. So, but it's always cool to go do that and watch it. It's just unbelievable how to imagine how hot it is underground. It's 7 degrees and humid because of the way the caverns are formed. And usually when you think about earth berm houses or houses underground, they're cooler because the average ground temperature is 55. But for some reason, the caverns are 70 degrees on average.
That's nice.
And
don't you want to just
70
stay there
and
sleep?
like 99% humidity. So you walk in and you're
okay.
like, whew. It's almost feeling like being outside in Texas right now. So
What's cooler though?
not really.
Not
You just
really?
have the sun beating you down.
Oh,
You're just hot and sticky for no reason.
ugh,
So.
gross.
But on that, we try to make it and have a good time. So
Mm-hmm. So last weekend, you see some pictures here.
Trent Reznor.
Yeah, I got to see Soundgarden and Trent Reznor. Well, 9 Inch Nails.
Does he shave his pits, or they were just that soaking wet? You couldn't see them.
I'm thinking I'm sure he doesn't shave. But I hung out with Johnny and Mark, a friend of ours, and then Mike was there too, and we wanted to watch Trent Reznor.
No hair on his armpit.
No, it's got hair, just not visible right now. Yeah, if you're watching the video right now, you'll be able to see some of the pictures on screen. But yeah, it was great. I enjoyed Soundgarden more than 9 Inch Nails. That's just me.
So you didn't get into "Fuck Me Like an Animal"?
I did hear that. I like the song, but it's just that when they sang it, the usual.
Well, there were a bunch of kids there.
Oh,
Little baby kids.
No, there are no kids.
Hmm.
Thank God. So, but Soundgarden was really fun because, I've seen them once. This is the second time I've seen them, so it's pretty good. That was a good experience because I remember back in I feel old. Back in the 90s when some of their songs were being because I used to play in a band, and in Manila we would play. Our band would play along with other bands, and there's these other bands who would play Soundgarden songs. So that was fun to watch the real live one. So I sent the video here. I sent the video to my friends. Hey, this
you know what his
this
band's
original
name
thing.
was in the Philippines? Anybody?
Nobody knows, I guess.
Bear Scrotum.
What?
Bear Scrotum.
Bear Scrotum? No, it's not. Bear Scrotum is not the name of my band name. Maybe that should be the title of the show. Bear Scrotum. Anyway, okay. So after that, actually, well, I just relaxed since 2 days ago, Sunday, and yesterday. Just worked, did some programming and stuff. I also watched, what is it? Noah. Did you ever watch Noah?
Yes, I watched Noah.
How did you like it?
I liked it.
It depicts how Christ was the one who led the way for all the animals, because the animals are us, and then he led the way.
Obviously, you have not been to church in a while, because Christ had nothing to do with Noah. He wasn't even around yet.
I got that from The Onion. The Onion did an article about that.
Yeah.
They were saying, Noah is a story about. It depicts, this story. I mean, it's a contrast of how Christ did this and that, But then, of course, no, it's Noah. It's the real story. But then,
No.
Of course, they did a lot of changes in the end, and I didn't know about those rock things, rock monsters.
Well, they are supposedly fallen angels.
Yes, they're fallen angels.
So, and they talk about them in the Bible. They just don't say they're rock creatures.
Yeah.
They fell to the earth and became one with the earth. So I guess that's literal interpretation. I don't know.
Yeah, they became rock monsters.
I thought it was interesting that,
They made it more of a sci-fi fantasy. It was more like that than actual being biblical and everything. So I don't. What is it again? What I don't understand. Okay, spoiler alert. I guess
If you haven't seen Noah.
Yeah, it's been old. It's an old movie. Anyway,
Right.
so he was trying to kill. He wanted to kill his
the baby. His grandchild. Yes.
Because it's according to him, it's God's will that everybody dies.
Well, that's what he interpreted God's will as, which leaves a lot of things to how people interpret the Bible and other things. He was interpreting that God wanted man to perish, and that he only wanted to save the animals and not man because man was the most destructive force on the earth. And basically, he'd given them paradise, and look what they'd done to it. They turned it into a desert and destroyed all this stuff. And, out of all these people, nobody could be saved but Noah and his family. So.
Okay, so
but it's interesting. You get different stories because in some of the Bible stories, all Noah's sons had wives, and this one only one did.
Only one did,
and then one took off to go live by himself.
So
who did he make? Who did he breed with?
I know. Who will he be?
So it's a lot of interesting stuff like that. A lot of interesting stuff.
If they were the only ones left, really, and they had daughters, there's gonna be lots of incest there. I mean, that's the logic behind that.
Well, yeah. I mean, the Bible's full of incest.
Yeah.
Have you not read the Bible?
I know.
There's a lot of begotten with kids in there, with your own kids, and daughters and nephews, nieces, and stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a Southern family.
Okay.
But I mean, it's interesting. But that's a whole nother debate for a Bear Podcast Christianity show.
Yeah. So anyway, I also got to watch I, Frankenstein. He's starring Aaron Eckhart.
Yeah. How was that? Where'd you watch that at?
I just rented it. I did the red box thing.
Was it any good?
For action, it's pretty good. It's got gargoyles and demons and everything, but it's a story about Frankenstein.
I think it got a bunch of Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I guess people won't like it. I just wanted to watch it because I was interested in it and the story behind it. There's not much humans in this story, but they kept talking about saving the human race, but then all you see are angels and demons. Or not angels, demons, but
kind of like Dominion.
Gargoyles. Yeah. So. But anyway, I want to watch that. I also want to watch another one, Legion. I can't remember.
Oh, you haven't watched Legion yet?
No.
I got it on DVD. You can watch it. Then you can go watch Dominion on demand for Sci-Fi and say like TV show. Okay. I don't know if it made it yet or not. I hadn't seen where it got renewed yet. So. Okay.
But anyway, so that's pretty much our weekend update, and we just want to move on to entertainment. Actually, this is kind of a gay article. This could have been in the Gay, the Geek, and the Bizarre portion of the show. It's just that it's entertainment. It's more entertainment, which is coming out this Friday. Is it coming out this Friday? That's what it says.
I think it says coming out.
So okay, so this. Okay, well, two characters two actors that I kind of like. It's about John Lithgow and Alfred Molina. And I've always thought that Alfred Molina is a kind of a bear, kind of a
Well, John Lithgow's always kind of been a bear.
Well, John Lithgow, he's a polar bear, but okay. Here is an interesting article that we got from New York Times. So, old friends make good marriages, and John Lithgow and Alfred Molina play a longtime couple. So, on a recent afternoon, the actors John Lithgow, 68, and Alfred Molina, 61, were sitting side by side in spread color shirts, munching on club sandwiches in a private meeting room at the Lowe's Regency Hotel at the upper side of Manhattan. Both men live in Los Angeles, but Mr. Lithgow was in New York doing a play, King Lear, at the Shakespeare in the Park, and Mr. Molina had caught Mr. Lithgow on stage the night before. His performance was revelatory, according to Mr. Molina. So I'm going to fast forward to this one because there's just too much. But even though both men have been married to women for decades, it was easy to take them for an old gay married couple, which is in fact exactly what they play in Ira, Ira Sachs' Love is Strange, which opens this Friday. I don't know if I'm updated here, but it should be open.
Yeah.
I want to watch it. So in the film shot last year throughout Manhattan and featuring Marissa Tomei and Cheyenne uh, Jackson, Mr. Lithgow is Ben, an increasingly absent-minded painter, and Mr. Molina is George, a gentle-voiced music teacher at a Roman Catholic school. Catholic high school. After nearly 40 years together, the couple get married, an act that costs George his job with the archdiocese. So the income loss means that Ben and George must sell their cozy apartment, and while they search for new digs, live apart for the first time in years, bunking with family members and friends. So anyway, so fast forward to this, um, Mr. Molina and Mr. Lithgow say that their on-screen intimacy was easy to create, partly because they have known each other casually for years. We've known each other so we can make out, right?
Yeah.
So, in fact, a keen eye will detect in Ben and George's apartment a photo that is actually of the two actors at an early 1980s theater awards night. So, put the links
Yeah.
on the website.
Well, they're both close to the same age, and they've
Yeah.
both been in Hollywood for years, so.
So they kind of are colleagues.
Yeah.
And
And Lithgow is like an incredible actor. I mean,
He
he's done a
is.
lot of gay role type stuff.
he's done gay, he's done serial killer,
Killer.
he's done
Didn't in the world according to Gart, wasn't he a transsexual?
yeah, that's in my list. I still have to watch that.
You haven't
I
seen
wanna
that?
watch So he's also in what is that? Cliffhanger. Remember Cliffhanger with Sylvester Stallone?
Mhm.
It's all about Sylvester Stallone doing climbing Mount of Everest or something.
Yeah.
It's some icy mountain.
Yeah.
And John Lithgow is the bad guy over there. That's pretty good. So he plays a very good bad guy.
Yeah.
He, like I said, serial killer in Dexter. He's in one of the series. Also, Third Rock from the Sun.
Yeah.
Oh my God! With that,
But he had an
I really
incredible
enjoyed
acting
that.
career before he ever did
Oh, yeah.
did that. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
some of the movies
He's
he's
just
been in were
amazing.
incredible.
so he's very
So
versatile.
go see it and let us know. Maybe I hope it comes to Houston. It'll probably be one of the art houses here.
Oh, really? It's going to be an art movie thing that you cannot watch here?
I don't know. I think it'll come to one of the art movie theaters. I don't think.
Okay,
it'll be
I
in
wanna
normal
watch that.
If it does, if it comes out in regular release at the movie theaters, then it won't be here for long because you know how they are.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
it'll
So
probably
yeah.
be at Sundance.
Yeah, so probably at Sundance. That's right. So yeah, watch out for it. It's the movie is called Love is Strange. So it's time for the gay, the geek, and the bizarre. So, do you take the gay? Or
I will take the gay.
You will take the gay.
I'm the gay. After suicide, gay teens' eye donation rejected. I think in this day and age, it is still ridiculous that we can't give blood, and people won't take organ transplants. Just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are just as many straight people out there with diseases and HIV that there is gay. So I just think this is ridiculous.
That's
but
really ridiculous. So.
anyway, this is a little bit of a long article, but I think it's well worth the read. So Cheryl Moore's son lay on the bed before her. Soon, she knew her 16-year-old boy would be taken off life support. Another life lost to bullying.
Really?
Alexander A.J. Bettis Jr. attempted suicide in July 2013 in the Des Moines Register reported at the time. He died shortly thereafter. Bettis' mother said he had been outed as gay about a year and a half before his death. His friends told KCCI that schoolmates constantly made fun of him, ridiculed him for being gay and being half African American, and for his cleft lip. Now, for y'all to know what a cleft lip is, that's the palate. When a baby's born, their palate hasn't fully sealed here, and usually their lips split and the cleft inside. Because my brother had a cleft lip when he was a baby. Joaquin Phoenix has a cleft lip. That's why the scar is there
Yeah.
for him. So,
But they fixed it, right?
It's fixed, yeah. I mean, most of them can be fixed. So.
Mm-hmm.
He's different. He doesn't add up to what they're used to, Noah Lamb, teen's best friend, told this news station. Before he died, Bettis had a request: donate my organs. A 14-year-old boy received Bettis' heart, according to a letter Moore received, but she says his eyes were rejected. A Food and Drug Administration's guide for donor eligibility says men who have had sex with men in the past 5 years should be ruled as ineligible for donating certain tissues, labeling their behavior as a risk factor. Now, this is a 16-year-old kid, and I know I'm a little old-fashioned, but was this 16-year-old kid having sex? for
That's
one
the
thing.
point. Is he promiscuous
Right.
at 16?
So
He must just have been, kind of
I
discovering
mean,
things.
I was discovering stuff, but I don't think I was having straight on up sex with people at 16. So
Yeah. Didn't
well,
have sex when
okay,
I
I
was
take that back.
16.
Yes, I was.
Oh, you were?
So yeah,
Okay.
but anyway, my initial feeling was just very angry because I couldn't understand why my 16-year-old son's eyes couldn't be donated just because he was gay. Moore said, according to KCCI. The FDA's guidance reflects its ban on blood from men who have sex with men. The policy is a byproduct of the AIDS crisis that ripped through the gay men's community decades ago. The FDA explains it is much harder line regarding blood as such. Men who have sex with men at any time since 1977, the beginnings of the AIDS epidemic in the United States, are currently deferred as blood donors because of history of male-to-male sex is associated with an increased risk of exposure and transmission of certain infectious diseases, including HIV. Even though they test the blood before they give it to somebody now, and they have pretty much conclusive tests on everything.
He is 16 and gay.
So
I'm sure he hasn't had that much.
So I don't know. I mean,
I just
times have
think
changed, and
he
but I
hasn't.
think it's ridiculous that because somebody's gay, they're still rejecting stuff. As many people as they took his heart. I noticed that one. They took that, but his eyes. Oh no, we can't take your eyes. You're gay.
Why?
I mean, it's the person. I mean, they scared the person's going to get his eyes going to see through rose-colored glasses. Apparently not. The kid killed himself, so it wasn't that great being gay. But
Yeah.
anyway,
did he kill himself? No. Did he kill himself?
yeah, he committed suicide. That's what the whole.
Oh
story
yeah,
is
okay.
about.
I just misread. I thought he got
No,
mugged, but he got not mugged. He got
No, he was bullied until he committed
bullied.
suicide. Yeah.
Yeah.
Critics have long called the policy discriminatory, but the FDA says it's necessary. FDA's deferral policy is based on the documented increase of risk of certain transfusion transmissible infections, such as HIV, associated with male-to-male sex. It is not based on judgment concerning about the donor's sexual orientation. But that's what they're doing. They'll go out, and I can be a drug user,
But you're straight.
but I'm straight, so my organs are good.
Yeah.
So,
But if you're gay and you're like living
Yeah.
a straight edge,
but they've been
life-
fighting to get this repealed for years because that's why I don't get blood, because I made the mistake of when I was young. I didn't realize they rejected blood. And when the first questions asked, when they're going down the list thing, is that have you had male-to-male sex? I'm like, yes, I'm gay.
Mhm.
And they said, okay, we can't take your blood. Here's your juice. Bye.
I know of someone, actually, another podcaster, who lied.
Well, I'm sure a lot of gay
He
people,
lied.
a lot of people lie about it.
They lied so he lied that he's not gay. He said he's straight, and then he could donate the blood, because donating blood, it helps your body too to replenish it. It kind of cleanses you. If you remove blood from yourself,
Yeah.
and donate it,
Yeah. Or you can put leeches on yourself. That works
you
too.
can do that too, I guess, leeches. But anyway, so the bad part of that is that, yeah, he lied. So is it? I don't know. Is it moral? I guess the.
But my question is, how many people have donated blood and stuff and lied about what they did, and that blood got sent on and given to somebody and they had no adverse effects because they test the blood for this, that, and the other to make sure they don't have anything in it to transmit to somebody.
Yeah.
And they're always screaming in the summertime, we need blood donations, we need blood donations.
Yeah, and then here comes someone who would donate one, but then, hey, you're gay, you can't donate blood. I'm sorry.
Anyway.
So until now, it's 2014.
So one, I think, this
God.
story says too that one, it's 2014, kids are still getting bullied. Gay, straight, fat, skinny, whatever, they're still getting bullied. And it's still a big issue. And two, just because even though in some states you can get married to your partner, whether you male to male or female to female, you still can't donate organs or give blood. I think it's ridiculous. So.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't see where the promiscuous thing anymore, because I think straight people are just as promiscuous as gays anymore.
Exactly. I don't see
At
why
least
not.
all my teacher friends and the notes that they tell me about between their 12 and 13-year-old students are out having sex and giving blowjobs after school.
Really?
Constantly getting busted. And they keep getting younger.
Oh, God. Tell me more later. Anyway, let's go on to the geek. So the geek is, oh my God, this is for people who love selfies, I guess.
I know a lot of our friends that could apply this app to their family.
Well, fine. I am guilty of doing selfies too, but I just don't take a selfie and don't say anything.
Well, taking a picture of your butthole and sending it out on bare sites is not really selfies.
That's a butt selfie. Anyway, okay, here's an article
That's
here.
mating call.
Yeah. So, anti-selfie app uses face tracking to ruin your best pout. The onward march of the selfie, and there's no stopping it. Many people shudder at the slightest mention of the word. It's not an official word, by the way, of course. Others need only the flimsiest and sometimes eyebrow-raising reason to extend one arm and assume the duck face. Have you done that? Have you done that before?
No, never.
Doing a duck face?
I'll do duck
You know.
face.
Okay, unsurprisingly, as with any. Why are you taking a selfie now during the show? Oh my God. You can do that. Unsurprisingly, as with any part of a popular culture, there's a backlash. What is this? SLMMSK. Slimsk. Slimsk is an anti-selfie app for
Sounds like some
iOS.
BDSM thing.
Yeah, iOS and Android eventually, that subverts the selfie using the art form's very own weapon of choice, the filter. Oh wow, so you have a filter, you try to take a picture. So the app adds a CCTV-esque grain effect and VHS-style timestamp to ramp up the underground vibe. You just need to pull your best grin, say YOLO, and take the snap. The filters include black sensor bars, heavy pixelation, warping, and more. The dislike for selfies doesn't extend to social sharing, though you can upload your best shots to Instagram and Facebook and jostle for attention among the uncensored self portraits as per usual. Judging by the associated and equally anarchic looking website, you might even increase the infamy by bagging up featured posts. So this is an article from Engadget. It's about, if you see the picture and the article, it's just really just, it's an anti-selfie. Yeah, you know, it detects your face and puts a smile in your face. You know, it blocks it. So,
But the person has to realize they have a problem to put this on their phone to help them stop this problem, right?
I guess that helps. I think with Android you can control it better every time your camera would work. But then for iOS, I don't know if that's easy.
Kind of like the new app for parents that if you call your kids and they don't answer, you can blow them up or something like that.
Okay, so Ray, let's go to Bizarre.
All right, bizarre story this week. Boy, this is crazy. Record-setting 1,000-pound monster alligator caught by Alabama family. Unlike most sci-fi movies, this gator was not in the sewers of New York City. A group of Alabama hunters is celebrating the catch of a lifetime, a 15-foot-long alligator weighing more than 1,000 pounds. AI, which is Atlanta Journal. Atlanta Journal reports that the monster gator was pulled from the water in South Alabama early Saturday during the state's alligator hunting season. Alabama wildlife and freshwater fisheries biologists were able to measure the gator at 15 feet, but were weighing it posed a challenge. The first attempt completely destroyed a winch assembly used to hoist the most average gators, so they had to use a backhoe to lift the animal. It weighed in at 1,011.5 pounds. That's 1,011 pounds, 0.5 ounces. The gator is the largest ever legally killed by an Alabama hunter. It was caught by Mandy and John Stokes, Kevin Jenkins, and his children, 16-year-old Savannah and 14-year-old Parker. Go girl power. Show Southern Baptist girl how to shoot a gun. That's what I'm talking about. According to AI.com, in 2011, Keith Francher pulled a 14-foot, 2-inch, 838-pound alligator from the Alabama River to set a record for the largest ever legally killed by an Alabama hunter. Truthfully, after I saw the Francer gator, in my mind, I was thinking there's no way we can catch anything bigger than that.
And there you go.
Manny Stokes told AI.com. When I finally saw it, the main thing I remember was the size of its feet. When I saw the size of this foot on this one, I knew it was a good one. Okay. It's all about the size of the feet.
That's right.
No, we did an article about that, so that's not true.
That's not true at all.
Yeah, so.
It's with the hands, right?
Well, on the pictures, if you go, and we'll post the links on things, if you go look at the gator's feet were bigger than the man's hand.
Yeah.
That's how, I mean, they are like 2 hands almost.
Mm-hmm. So, in Edgefield, in South Carolina, do you have a lot of alligators there too?
In the lower part of the state.
In the lower part of the state.
More when it gets to the swamp, past the fall line, and you get more into the swamp areas and stuff.
Excluding zoo, going to the zoo and everything. Yeah, zoo.
Yeah.
What's the nearest encounter you've had with an alligator there?
Well, I used to have a pet alligator.
No way.
Yes.
No. How big?
Not that long. It was a baby. I mean, we had it. When my dad used to go hunting, I mean, that you'd run up on the nest of them, and if the mom wasn't around, you could catch them and put them in a bag or something, bring them in. And he stayed in an aquarium for weeks, and then my dad finally gave them to somebody. And I know people have brought them and put them in ponds and stuff, which is not safe, but they still do it.
God.
I catch baby alligators, throw them, and then you see them floating around a pond.
So you used to have an alligator as a pet.
Yeah. So it's probably in the sewers in New York right now, though. It's probably huge.
Did you name him?
I can't remember what his name was. I don't think I ever did. I just remember my dad bringing him home when he was in an aquarium, and we tried to feed him stuff. And
What'd you feed it?
I don't
Insects?
know what. I don't know. I don't know what they fed it. I think my dad took care of that. I mean, I was a little kid. I mean, probably 5 or 6. I don't really remember it, but I just remember it being there, and then he gave it to this guy. And I remember he had a gas station. He had it sitting in his gas station. And I think the wildlife people went in and took it from him. So, because they're not supposed to be pets or being held in captivity.
Yeah,
like
you
that.
can't
So-
have them as pets.
So, but I mean, you usually don't see alligators and stuff till you go closer to the sea and get in the swampy areas of the state. So,
So you actually were able to hold them.
well, not really, because they will bite.
Oh, they would bite.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would bite.
I mean, I remember holding it like that, and it would whip around and stuff. But I mean, it could almost. I mean, if you didn't hold it up close to your stuff, I mean, it could probably bite your finger off. They're strong.
They're pretty strong, even though they're
Yeah,
babies, right?
Yeah.
Ugh, scary. Put rubber bands
Yeah.
in their mouths.
So,
Okay, so scary alligators. Anyway, so let's move on. Actually, before we go, I have a message from Gary from Houston, a friend of mine. So he said, "Hey Nard, I could really use your help promoting my fundraiser for Stonewall Culture on September 20th. I need to sell 300 tickets in 37 days, and since you have such a huge fan base, right? I wish. I know if you invited all of them, we would sell out. I'm also looking for unusual talent that can perform to dance music. Ray, can you do, bizarre or unusual talent?"
he says he needs 2 dick dancers.
Oh, you need a dick dancer. He also needs 2 dick dancers. So Carl and I would really appreciate your help. Okay. So I'll put the links on the website for you guys to check out. Ray,
If you're two dick
they need an
dancers.
unusual talent, right?
There are plenty of bears out there with unusual talents.
With unusual talents.
Yes. One that comes to mind, Abby Normal.
Oh, that's right.
You should send the link to Abby Normal. Saying they're
Mhm.
looking for some entertainment.
Okay.
You have a friend of the show that's going to be in town this week. Maybe he'll be around for it.
Oh no, he won't be. Which reminds me, I should probably talk about it and do a shout out to Kendall. Actually,
Hey, Kendall.
hey Kendall. So Kendall is gonna be in town, so I might record a quick clip with him on Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday. We're gonna get together at some point and just hang out. Maybe you could go if you're free.
As long as that's not Wednesday.
So long as it's not Wednesday. It's
Yeah.
probably Thursday.
Okay.
It's probably Thursday because he arrives Wednesday. That doesn't mean he should go out immediately. So
Yeah.
he'll probably take a rest one day and then Thursday go out. So
Okay.
hang out. I think he's on a tour right now. So we'll probably talk about that more when I have him in the show or in the next episode. We can talk about that. All right. So that's it. How about some more birthday greetings?
Happy birthday to Matt Effect, our friend from down under.
Is he from the South? Is he
Is he in
from
Australia?
I can't remember. I think he is.
He's a DJ in Australia, yeah. If I
Yeah.
remember correctly, yeah. Because I used to listen to his podcast back when I could listen to podcasts at work. So,
What is his music podcast, right?
It's dance. Yeah.
It's dance music.
Dance music. Yeah, he's a DJ.
Everybody's a DJ. Well, no, not everybody. Okay, right. Go ahead. Colton.
Colton,
Mm-hmm.
D, Roger R, Miss Alfredo Garcia.
Alfredo, happy
And
birthday.
she was in San Antonio with us this weekend, and we kept passing each other at some point. So, Peter Wynn, Brady Brown, and 2 people that are special in my lives. Jessica Priest, my sister-in-law, who I've yet to meet, but she turns 21 now.
Oh my God, she can drink.
She can drink now. Well, she's probably drinking before she's around my
Oh yeah, I
brother.
guess.
And my mother, Linda Priest, who
Aw.
is retired, and she's old.
Happy
retired
birthday,
woman
Linda. Happy
now.
birthday.
So, happy birthday, Mom.
I miss you. I haven't seen her for a long time.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I guess that's it for the show.
That's a quick, easy show this week.
Oh yeah, well, quick enough, long enough, I guess.
Long enough, yeah.
So what's the plan this weekend?
What's the plan this weekend? To do as little as possible.
Is it okay?
Oh, I got to go over and help the in-law with some yard work.
Oh, you're doing yard work?
Got to do yard
I need to do yard work because I have some vines.
Yes, on vines.
Some vines crawling wrong places.
Make sure it's not poison ivy.
That's not. Okay, so that's it, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for watching or listening. If you want to contact us, send your emails to show@bearpodcast.com.
Or you can give us a call and leave us a voice message at 206-222-2327. Did I say that right?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. I was thinking I got numbers flipped again. I never get it right if I don't have it typed here. 206-222-BEAR. Give us a call and leave us a message on the voicemail. And yes, that is our voicemail. So you'll go directly to voicemail and you can say, hi, Ray Nard, we love this, we love that. Tell us about some stuff going on in your bear world or anything. Comment on what some of the articles or send us some articles that we should talk about, anything like that. So
yes. And subscribe by iTunes, Vimeo, and YouTube. And you can also catch the show on audio and Stitcher Radio and Bear Radio Network. And you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And go to the official website at BearPodcast.com. Thank you, everyone, for watching or listening. And we will catch you guys on the next episode of Bear Podcast. Many woofs and many hugs.
Woof, what a bear. Podcast your ass. Woof, what a bear. Woof, what a bear. Podcast your ass. Woof, what a bear. Woof, what a bear. Podcast your ass. Woof, what a bear.
can you say what?
Test.
Bear Podcast. 5:32. I say that, boy, you are testing the limits of my medication.